Okay. So I think we're good. Sorry for the technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. I am Manuel T. Ferrero III. Um, this is a new system that we're working on, so please bear with us. Uh, we used it yesterday, actually, for the first time on Deportes Veraz with Quique Merino. Thank you, Quique, for testing out the new system. Gracias, Quique, por probar el nuevo sistema. Sé que we know that he's kind of like our guinea pig when it comes to all these studios and new broadcast systems and stuff like that. It's really cool. So check that out. There you go. We have a bunch of little graphics and stuff. But this show is, I want to start bringing on the podcast some of our directors. Obviously, we've done podcasts in the past with Bam and myself and other guests. But I want to start talking to some of the directors. And Freddy Lopez is our newest director down here in South Florida. He has some tournaments coming up, and we wanted to invite him on the show to do a small, maybe 30 minutes, just a little short talk with Freddie, talk about his tournaments, talk about Worlds as well that's coming up, and that's about it. We'll get going. Let's bring on Freddie. Freddie, are you ready? Are you there?
Yes, I am.
There he is, Freddie.
How you doing?
Good. How are you, man?
ISPS World. How's everyone feeling tonight?
Fantastic. Thank you, Freddie.
And Manny and Bam and the whole team at ISPS. I'm excited to be here and excited to bring good things to the softball community down in Broward. So
that's right. You're down here in South Florida. Freddie, you used to be with ISPS as an umpire. You've been around the game for many years. I'm not going to say how many years, because if you want to say how old you are, you can go right ahead. But you've been around. Tell us a little bit. Tell us about a little bit about your history, about you and slow pitch softball, your career. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I began playing softball back in the late '80s, when there was no mats, no screens at that time. So after a while, in 94, 95, when I got married, I stopped playing. And then I actually got back in it again in the 2000s. If you remember, I did a few tournaments with Jojito, and when I was working with him on ISPS, and we did do a few tournaments, very successful tournaments. And recently, I was working with another director here locally, and we did a few tournaments at Piccolo and Mills, which were very successful. We had plenty of teams join us, and very good feedback. So I expect to bring the same results here to ISPS on September 14th. Going to be my first tournament with ISPS, so I expect good things. I have quite a few teams already joined up, so we expect good things out of Brian Piccolo. As you can see, the flyer is on the screen. So right now we have about 8 teams already that contacted me to play. So I expect good things, man, and we're going to have the nothing but the best in staff at ISPS, and we're going to deliver the best softball tournament that we can. I also want to announce that Mario is also going to be working with me this tournament. So both him and me, we're going to do our best to bring the best to the softball community. Nothing but the best, like ISPS demands. So I appreciate all the help from Bam and Manny and all the coaches that support me. And yeah, we're gonna do the best we can to do the best for ISPS and the community.
Okay, Freddy, I see there you have. Can you hear me? Yeah, you can hear me, right?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
I see there that you have bronze. You have 2 bronze divisions.
Yes.
You have a first responders, and you have a 50 and over men's division, 48 and up, actually 48 and up. Talk to me about each division. Let's start with the bronze.
The bronze, no drops. Okay, I have quite a few teams that do follow my tournaments, and a few of them are starting teams. I mean, they're not so experienced in tournaments, so I like to give them an option to join tournaments so they could get a feel of the tournament experience under their belt. So yeah, we running bronze with no drops. That means E only, and we also doing a bronze with 3D drops for all those teams. We are expecting more or less 8 in each division, 8 teams in each division, and 4 and 4 on the responders side, and the 48 and up division. So yes.
Tell me about first responders. Who can join? What type? Are you even allowing military branches? What's going on with the first responders? How does that work?
Okay, first responders. This is something that Mario brought up to me. He has done first responder tournaments before. Basically, firefighters, police department. They will have to be working in that field to get their team in to that tournament. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and now let's save the best for last. Los viejitos,
Yes.
los abuelitos.
48 seniors. We're expecting 4 teams of the senior division. 48. The players have to be 48 and up. They have to be 48 this year. They cannot be turn 47 and then 48 next year. They have to be 48 this year. And yeah, 50s division. We're expecting 4 teams. It's going to be very competitive. I have a good following of 50s that are very competitive team that want to start something down here in Broward because mainly they have to travel up to Tampa, up north a little, 2 3 hours to get their tournaments in. So we're offering something here in ISPS, and hopefully they take advantage. And we have great teams.
Oh yeah, I see on your on all three flyers, Omega Sports is a partner, a sponsor. That is beef, right?
Beef, yes. So prior beef does a good job giving us not well, actually not giving us, but giving me a good deal with second place jerseys. So I do like to promote him and give him his shout out. So he does a good job in doing what he can, offering what he can to try and give what he can to second place jersey. Doesn't mean that we're gonna give it this one, but if I can, I'll let my coaches know and we'll offer them something, depending, of course, on how many teams we get in each division. We'll work something out.
Beautiful, Freddie. Oh yeah, Freddie. I hear that at most of your tournaments, and maybe not all of your tournaments, but at most of your tournaments, there is music in the background.
Yes.
You have a background in the musical industry. Tell me a little bit about that. You have a company, right?
Yes, I have my own mobile company, which I provide mobile DJ services to weddings, private events. So it's easy for me to provide sound. It doesn't mean that you're going to have a DJ spinning in the tournament, but we do provide family-friendly music, of course, at a decent volume because we don't want to interrupt what's going on in the field. But and then we also take advantage of that, and we make the announcements that we need to do. Team so and so is playing on field one in 5 minutes, and it helps out to all the our coaches to stay informed with what's happening during the tournament. And at the same time, we provide entertainment for everyone at the field. A lot of the coaches like that. We vary the music the most I can. So try to please as many people as we can. But yeah, mainly it's is for our announcements during the tournament to so everyone knows what's going on and what field they're playing on.
I love it. I know some umpires. I'm not going to mention any names. They hate it. They hate music in the
Yes.
background. I
Well,
know.
yeah. Sorry.
I
Me as an umpire too, it is a little bit frustrating when you have to, shout over the music. So, I always try to have it at a decent volume so it won't interfere with what's happening in the field. But yeah, I understand that.
I totally get it. My main issue with music. I love music. Trust me, I love all types of music, from classical to reggaeton to country. Not so much country. I could get down with some country, not all country. Pero
Eric from Bayou is gonna say otherwise. He's over here in
Eh,
the country.
but my issue with music on the field is when we're live streaming Facebook and
Yes,
YouTube. They don't like that stuff.
yes,
They don't like the background music, and we've gotten so many strikes on
yeah,
all the platforms. So that's been an issue, especially with some of the teams that like to, especially when they're at bat, they like to put their little music on. Some
yes,
teams even go as far as doing like a little walk up song for each
right.
player. So I get it. I get it. It's just we live in a social media world now, and Bad Bunny wants his royalties every time you play his music, and
Yes, YouTube.
uh,
Me as a DJ, when I upload music, you have to be careful where you upload it to, because yes, they'll silence that part of the video.
Yes.
My way around it is whenever I went live, I try to not to have music playing. But again, when we go live, when we'll do a live broadcast on ISPS, of course, I won't have the music on, and
No,
we'll put it
no,
up. Yeah,
no. It's not even sometimes that. It's sometimes you're at a public park, and it's it's a public park, and you have other people, other patrons, fans that have a little Bluetooth speaker, and they might pass by in front of the camera or behind the camera, and the camera catches it, and right there you get a strike from
yeah,
YouTube,
yeah,
and it's
yeah. That's tough. We DJs, we deal with that all the time. Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah, staying on the subject of music because I know it's your passion. What do you let me know? Let me know who's your favorite artist right now. Who do you like to play in the parties? I know it probably depends on the genre and the age of the party, or well, who do you like to play?
yes. Well, I'll be honest with you. Not two events are the same.
Yeah.
So what I do is I sit down with my client and I ask them what's their musical tastes. Me personally, I'm a '80s boy. I love my '80s music, '80s and '90s. Early 2000s. Um, right now, at this time, I'm mainly more of a top 40 uh, Latin dance. Your Pitbull stuff, anything with Pitbull for Latinos.
Well, shout out,
It dance, high energy. You
shout
know,
out to shout out to Pitbull, West Miami, class of '95, middle school, baby.
305, baby. So yeah,
305.
anything. Me personally, I mean, if you listen to my online website, which is danceallnightdjs.com, on there I have
Oh,
a link, danceallnightdjs plural.com. On there I have a link to mixes, and I have a lot of type of mixes. But mainly, when I DJ at a party, I communicate with the client and I work around their playlist. Of course, being a DJ since the early '80s, you have to read the crowd. Uh, Maybe if the client likes salsa
yeah,
music,
I put a little ticker, danceallnightdjs.com,
there
right?
you go. Thank you. Yes. So, maybe the client likes a lot of DJs, but guess what? Only two or three people are dancing. That's not the name of the game. So, you'll have to go
Right.
into more dance music. Dance music, it packs the dance floor. So, guess what? I'm going to be playing more toward, that genre. But it doesn't mean that
Yeah.
we won't play the other ones. But the name of the game is try to keep the dance floor moving and upbeat. And that's a little bit of what
Right.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it kind of you kind of have your go-to songs. A lot of times, you don't want to be, since I play a lot. I don't want two events to be the same. So you might, what I play at one event, I don't know, I probably won't play at another, or change it around a little. But other than that, we're basically playing the same 100 songs, to our crowd. So you get a little bit of that when you attend my tournaments. You'll hear those upbeat music, to keep the teams motivated and upbeat.
I love it. I love it. It creates kind of like an event, like a festival atmosphere. It's not just softball. There's other things going on. There's music. There's people laughing, having a good time, and it's great. It's great that you include that into your events, Freddie. I
Yeah, yeah.
really
For announcements too, a lot of times, the coaches don't have the team there because they went out to eat or whatever. So we announce it at 15 minutes. Team is going to be playing in field two versus so and so at 8 p.m. or whatever, and that's helpful. It keeps our tournament to be organized, and that's one of the feedbacks that I've gotten for a lot of my coaches. Also, after every tournament, I always communicate with all my coaches, and I ask them what did they like, but most importantly, what did they not like about the tournament, because What maybe one coach doesn't like, I don't know. I don't know about it until they actually tell me. And a lot of times, we don't like to tell others about, some negative things, thinking that they will take it the wrong way, but that's not the way I am. Constructive criticism, we all could all learn from it. And sometimes it's very helpful. And if coaches don't give me their feedback about not only what they like, but what they did not like, I may not correct it for the next one. And if they do tell me, then I'll do the best I can to correct it. And in the past, I haven't gotten many bad feedback, but the ones that I have, we've worked it out. So I
I
invite
like
everyone
that.
that plays my tournaments to always communicate with me. Uh, what you liked and what you did not like, and we'll make it better for the next one.
I like that, Freddie, because nowadays everybody has one of these, and
Yes,
they're quick to jump on social media and
yes,
bash an association or bash an umpire or bash a director instead of man to man or woman to woman or even woman to man or man to woman. Just come up as a person, as an adult,
exactly.
and talk it out instead of going and hiding behind a computer.
Yes,
What do they call keyboard commandos.
keyboard
um,
warrior.
yeah, and and then sometimes the director or the person who you're actually talking about never sees that stuff on social media
Yes,
because they have other things to do, or they're busy actually living their life and working, or trying to better the sport.
yes,
And you're some people are on there on social media just
yeah,
spreading negativity instead of talking it out and you know making changes for real, because all that talk on social media is not gonna it's not gonna amount to any change until the person actually sits down and talks and works it out and gets
yeah.
things done.
Everything,
I like I love that.
everything can communicating resolves everything. So we communicate, and everything resolves. Let me talk a little bit about my tournaments, the way that I have done it in the past. I always go once I'm a few days out from the tournament date. On usually I do my brackets on Wednesday or Thursday. I try not to do it too early because, as you know, teams drop and teams can't get enough players. So I try to do it at least by Thursday night. I always go online. I broadcast. I explain the rules to all the coaches to make sure that all the coaches know the rules of the tournament. Um, and I do my bracket online. I do my bracket live online, so everyone can see that I don't play favorites. I try to accommodate the teams that are traveling and they don't want a late game, but you know what? I can't promise them anything because, again, I do it live by spinning a wheel, and this team plays that team. I do everything by the book. I try not to play favorites to anybody. And, all the coaches that have played my tournaments, they know that. And they expect, uh, no, nothing other than that. So yeah, I try to be as fair as I can to all the coaches, and they all know that. They appreciate that. Communication is key. You communicate, and we try to work out as much as we can.
I've always heard great things about you, Freddie, and your events. I'm very happy that you're back. Uh, I can't wait to go to your event. Let's put up your tournaments back up so that they can check it out one more time.
Yes,
He has
September 14th is going to be at Brian Piccolo. Okay, we're gonna have. I think we're gonna need more than 4 fields, but depending how many teams we get, we'll accommodate. So you could contact me or Mario. The phone number is on the flyer. Let us know. We'll add you to the waiting list. We do require a every team to give us a $125 deposit that holds your spot, that guarantees you your spot. Okay, if you do can't if you can't assist the tournament, attend the tournament for any reason, as long as it's not a day prior to your tournament, you give me enough time, we will return your deposit as soon as another team comes in. I have no problem with that. I'm not here to take anybody's money. I'm as fair as you could be, but we try to accommodate everybody. But at the same time, we want to make sure that all our teams that say that they're going to play, that they don't back out on us a day or 2 days after everything has been set. So that kind of guarantees me that you're assisting, and it also guarantees everybody else that there's going to be a certain amount of teams in the tournament. So
Perfecto. Before we let you go, Freddy, I wanted to talk about Worlds this year. This is our first time. Well, no, I lied. Last year we held the Women's Worlds in Tegucigalpa, Honduras. This year we're taking all 5 divisions to Central America. Right there on the background, you see last year's World Champions from the men's bronze division, Los Atléticos de San Pedro Sula. I was very fortunate enough to visit them a couple of weeks ago and present them with their championship rings. But there are the 5 divisions that we are going to be hosting. First, the men's 40 division, October 18th through the 20th in San Pedro Sula, Honduras. We also have the men's 50 and over division, November 1st through the 3rd in Tegucigalpa, Honduras. We also have the men's open division, completely open. That's going to be in Guatemala City, Guatemala. That's an amazing venue. It's going to be played in a professional stadium, October 25th through the 27th.
Nice.
And then we have the co-ed open division, November 8th through the 10th, also in Guatemala City, Guatemala. And last, we're going to finish it back up in San Pedro Sula for the women's division. That is the one I'm very excited about. November 15th through the 17th in San Pedro Sula. I don't know if you've ever been to San Pedro Sula or Honduras, but it is an amazing experience. I highly recommend. I know it is still early, Freddy, and I know that you are trying to build 2 teams, a 40 and over and a 50 and over for men's. If anybody is interested, please contact Freddy Lopez. Freddy, do you want to say anything about that?
Yes, we're gonna try. I'm gonna try to get a few of my guys. As you know, Manny, I run old timers, 50 and over team. We're actually on the rise right now. We out of 4 tournaments, we have won 3 of them, and one of them was a major tournament up in Jacksonville with a AAA team. My old timers team is a AAA team. And we went into the big boys up in Jacksonville, and we won on the major tournament up there in Jacksonville. So yeah, I'm gonna try and get a team together, and we're gonna try.
And Freddy, and who pitched up there in Jacksonville?
Who was the director?
No, who pitched? Who pitched for your team in Jacksonville?
For my team, who else? Mr. Hall of Famer himself, Danny Cáceres.
Danny.
My good buddy. Yes.
Yes, sir.
And he pitched one heck of a game. But
he's a great pitcher, man.
Yeah, we have a great crew, 50s team. 50s is completely different than to my with my days of coaching E team. 50s, we have no late arrivals, no late dropouts. Everybody's on time. We have a good time, and we make fun of each other. It's beautiful. I love my shout out to my old timers team.
Awesome. Bueno, Freddy, I'm going to let you go. We're already past the 30-minute mark. I know we had some technical difficulties at the beginning. I apologize for that. This is the first time I use this system for a podcast, so my apologies. But I will get the hang of it. I think I'm getting the hang of it already. One last time before we go, Freddy is hosting September 14th at Brian Piccolo Park down here in Cooper City. 9501 Sheridan Street, bronze no drops and a bronze with 3 drops division, as well as a first responders division, and para mis viejitos, the 50 and over, 48, actually 48 and up. It's 50 seniors, but 48 and up. On the day of the tournament, you have to be 48 to play September 14th. Freddie,
Correct.
any last words? Go.
Well, once again, I want to thank Manny and Bam for the opportunity to represent ISPS. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. And I can't wait to give the best of my services to the softball community up in Broward. So thank you, guys. Thank you for your support, all the coaches, all the players. And I can't wait to have a good time.
Thank you, Freddie. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining. This is Manuel T. Ferrero III signing off. Thank you for joining us. Next, I think on Friday, we're going to have our director from Saint Martin, our new director down there. So please tune in for that one. All right. Goodbye, everyone. Peace.